a Christian youth organization. We're here to give counsel, as I've always said. Please, if you've not subscribed, try as much as possible to subscribe to this YouTube page. We do everything possible to see how we can, in our own little way, give counsel to our youth. Counsel that will help them become a better citizens, become a better husband, a better wife, and be able to contribute meaningfully to our society. I've always said that the youths are the future, and they are the story of tomorrow. For us to be able to have a better tomorrow, we must begin to equip our youths with all the necessary information they need to have to live a better life. And I sincerely believe that our tomorrow is better as long as we begin to fix our youths. Now, we've been dealing on the issue of marriage for almost 2 weeks now on this program. We started with sex, we started with drugs and the rest. We'll be dealing on the issue of marriage today. And today we'll be rounding up. But we won't round up without giving counsel to our young ones about getting married. We see what is happening now. Marriages now don't last. Because there's this wrong notion, wrong belief system that our young men and young ladies are having. Because we live in a society now which is also good, we thank God. A society now where the woman is making so much money. It's not those days, those long time where they believe that a woman's career ends in the kitchen or she has to be a teacher so that they can have time to take care of the children. Because of the poor governance and poor government that we have, we've been able to adequately ensure that the major policy of most of the government we've been having from a very long time, the major policy is poverty. It seems as if the only things the government are interested in is how to spread poverty. And that has also forced our daughters, our sisters, our wives to ensure that they are 100% engaged like the man. Most women go to work in the morning, they come back most times before they sleep. And so that has made house help, the provision of house help, a major business in Nigeria today. Provision of house help, they try and make it a major business because the children are practically left at the mercy of the house help. There are some children in a week, they don't even see their parents, they don't see their mother. Because before the child wakes up from sleep, the woman is on her way to the office. And by the time the mother comes back, the child is sleeping. So probably it's just weekends, Saturdays and Sundays. That's when they have time with the children. So the children are actually at the mercy of the husband, mercy of the household. But there's something we also notice. There's a lot of contention now. A lot of men are not able to bring their wives to order. They don't have the capacity to. Even when they know that what the woman is doing is wrong, they can't do anything because the car the man is driving belongs to the woman. The woman pays the bills. The woman pays the school fee of the children. And it ought not to be so. It's not as if the man is not trying, but the economy seems to have shifted to the women. And so the man on his own now is struggling and is not able to make ends meet. And the woman is providing everything. And because she's the one providing everything, very few women will be able to maintain their position as a wife, not as a husband. In most homes in Nigeria today, the women are the husband, while the husband is the wife. Most times, it's the husband that takes care of the children, does school runs here and there, the woman goes to work, the woman provides the money. And the man is just struggling. because he's not able to provide. And so he lacks that respect at home. The woman makes it very clear that she's the one in charge. Even make it known to the children, is the one in charge. I'm the one that pays the school fees, I'm the one that has the car, I'm the one that... So the woman makes it known. It's obvious to the children that it's their mother that is providing everything. So the respect for the man is no more there. That's why most times you see the marriages don't last. Marriages these days don't last. Because the woman is not playing her role as a wife anymore. She's not playing the role of a husband. Because the man is still struggling and struggling and struggling to get to be able to make ends meet. And so most women are under pressure. There are some names I won't call, but there used to be a popular chief those days in Benin, which we heard of, very popular. That when when the woman is going through some financial challenge and he goes to the chief for assistance here and there, he will request for his wife. He's a very rich man. He will tell his wife to go and do the begging. And when the wives get there, he begin to temper with the wife, touch sensitive part of the wives. That's the problem we are having today. And so the woman is exposed to sexual harassment because she has to do everything possible to make ends meet. I know somebody has located now to the US years ago. She's the one practically taking care of the home. I mean, she told me one time when I was trying to settle this disagreement they have, said, even the boxers that the man is wearing, I'm the one that buys it. There's no way, it will be very difficult for you to have the man to be going through prolonged crisis, financial crisis, and be able to earn the respect of his wife. Now, because the prolonged financial crisis the man is going through, he can't even caution the wife anymore. The man buys the clothes she's using herself. She buys the clothes, she buys this, she spends money on it. The man has not bought anything. So the man cannot be going to tell the wife the kind of clothes to put on when he has not even bought anything, bought one clothes for the wife. That's the sad part of the situation today. So the woman dressed waywardly, and the woman also dressed her young daughters that are growing up waywardly. I know what I'm talking about because I know what I've experienced as a young man on the streets. I mean, as a 30-something years ago, I know a promiscuous woman that goes about to sleep with young guys. Because the man is just struggling. I know her. It's not as if it's a story they tell me. She's the one that's even chasing boys, sleeping with them. All kinds of things, all kinds. She was just having sex with different people. I also know one that stays in Festac. Those days they were staying in Festac. She cooked food and give to the daughter to go to a solo to give to her own personal boyfriend. It is very difficult for you to win the loyalty of a woman when you are not financially empowered. Very difficult. It might be for a while, but after some time it will show up. When the pressure is much on the woman, the pressure will bring out the beast in her. And this is part of the reason. We are blaming the woman, but most women now are going through financial pressure to be able to keep the home afloat. And because of the financial pressure, one way or the other, they have to compromise, quietly compromise. That's how you begin to see somebody was saying, carry DNA test, they find out that most of the women, the children they present to their husband, out of 3 children, for example, only 2 belong to the man. 1 or 2 belongs to her boyfriend. It's in the papers. It's not a secret. And I know that it's true because it's something I've seen. I've seen many of them. I know many of them. Many years ago, 30 years ago, 35 years ago, we were just sleeping with different guys. I remember many years ago, the boss I was working up. I told you I was working with a guy then, and I remember when the boss The boss, a senior brother, was a traditional ruler, was also a man. He has a lot of money. And they were living a promiscuous life. There was a time the guy was sick. I went to the hospital then to see my boss that was sick in the hospital. And I got there, I met the wife, a very beautiful woman. And just to make me understand that, look, she's still pretty, not because she has given birth to children or disease. She wanted me to sleep with her then. I mean, you know how old I would be 35 years ago. I was still very, very young. I was still very, very young. With a man in the hospital lying in the bed, battling his life on the bed, this woman had to raise up her t-shirt, adjusted her bra, raise her t-shirt, trying to show me her breast in the hospital with the husband on bed fighting for his life. To make me understand that, look, even though she has given birth to children, she's still available. I couldn't believe my eyes, because then I just came from Warri then, and these things are strange to us in Delta then, not now. Now it's common everywhere. So it's terrible what is going on now. I'm not trying to justify what the women are doing, but I'm saying that as long as the women are the breadwinner, there's bound to be compromise. The woman pays the bills, he pays this, he pays that, he does this, she provides money for food, she pays the house rent, light bill, this. She'll be overwhelmed. And because she's overwhelmed, she will compromise. So we have a lot of compromise situation now. Compromise situation, many of them. I mean, I write many years ago, my friend then took me to one of the prophetess. She was a prophetess in a white garment church, prophetess. The prophetess then, the senior daughter of the prophetess, should be around maybe 16 years then, 16 years. We went to see the prophetess. My friend was sleeping with the prophetess. You know, and they were amazed that I'm surprised, because I say, you see a lot of young girls everywhere. It's somebody that has given birth to sleep with. I can't reconcile it then. Then many years ago, just came from Warri then. And this thing was not popular in Warri those days. 35 years ago when I came, it was not a popular thing. I just don't understand how you'll be sleeping with somebody's wife. It's not a... But after staying in Lagos for 1 or 2 years, I found out that it's the norm. There will be pressure on you. And by the time I begin to look at more of these people, it's pressure. And once they compromise once, that is the end. It becomes a habit. The woman only needs to compromise once to sleep outside. And once she compromises once and she sleeps outside, she now makes it a habit. And that's what happened to this woman then. She was having sex outside regularly. Like I said, when the man was sick and went to the hospital discharged from the hospital, after he was discharged, we tried to go, they said we should go, it's an issue of prayer. We went to a white garment church also for prayer. I was escorting her there, blah, blah, blah. And they used to call them general secretary of the white garment church. They were desperately trying to sleep with the woman that brought the husband for prayer in church. They just put the man in one place, the white garment church, put the man in one place for prayer, while the general secretary was battling tooth and nail on how to sleep with the woman. So my prayer today, as we begin to round up this issue of marriage, we are praying for the men that God will bless the works of their hands. Because if you're not financially empowered, you don't have any authority over your wife. I'm telling you don't. The insult will be much. You don't begin to look for respect when you are not empowered. The only way you can derive respect from your wife is when you are able to supply her needs. Once you are not able to provide the needs of your wife and you are fighting to get respect, you are wasting your time. Use that energy to fight to be able to provide the needs of your wife. Because if you have provided the needs by the grace of God, God is helping you, you're able to provide her financial needs, you're able to do this, then there will be a little bit limitation. I'm not talking about those women already who have the gift of immorality. Those are not the kind of women I'm talking about. I'm talking about those who have compromised because of the pressure. There's compromise going on in the marketplace, in the office place. Compromise taking place because she needs to compromise to be able to remain, to be able to take care of her family. So she has to fall. And I have a lot of men who have their wives, and because they are in a position of authority, they want to show that they're in a position of authority, they want to display it. And because these are weak men that begin to look at people's wife to sleep with. They are weak men. Because they believe the only way to exercise authority to show that they are something is to sleep with people's wife. And like I said, it's something that is extremely common because the women compromise to remain in positions. In politics, in business, in this, in that. We saw what happened at that time when one of our lawmakers was complaining that one of the lawmakers also was desperately trying to sleep with her. It's a norm. Now, because she's well brought up, she's solid on her own part. She's solid. She was able to cry out. But there are many like that. About many years ago in Delta, that is around the year 2000. I have a friend then that was looking for contract, desperately looking for contract. And they denied him. He said he was so frustrated, they wanted to leave Asaba to come back to Delta. To come back to Warri then. But I said one way or the other, I said, okay, let me just see the next day because it's very late. So while he was in the hotel, that's when he discovered that one of the top government officials then brought a woman to have sex with. And the woman happened to be a principal of a school in Warri. And immediately he saw them. He allowed them to enter the room after some time. That's when he went there to knock the door and show him his face. Knock the door and force the door. Who is that? That's when he just said quietly, he saw the woman. He knows the school. She prepared in the school in Warri. And he said the only way for him to keep quiet is when they give him contract. He was given a contract then to paint my school. My primary school I attended in Warri those days. My primary school I attended. He was the one that was given the contract to paint it. And he got that contract because he saw somebody's wife that the man was sleeping with. I said, the only way for me to keep quiet, I have to get the contract. So it's something that is common in government circle. I'm talking about the year 2000, 2009. How many years? Almost 25 years. So imagine what will happen 25 years later when this thing has been on for 20-something years now. So men, do everything possible that God will continue to bless the works of your hands so I can be able to provide for your family. Because if you are married and you are not providing for your family, you enter one chance. The reason why you think your wife is safe is because you've not caught her. The women of these days, they easily compromise. I've written a series of books. One of the books I wrote, Dogs on the Loose. Because these days it's not the men that chase the women again, the women chase the men. I was around there with most of these married women, and I know what they do. Desperately looking for young boys. My boss wife then was desperately wanting me to sleep with her, desperately, doing everything possible. I'll take care of you, I'll provide your needs, but it's not my culture. We didn't grow up in that kind of environment. It's common, probably maybe in the West or in the East, but it's not common in the Niger Delta area. It's not our thing. It's not our thing. That's why I say as we begin to round up, we'll talk about different area of marriage. My biggest problem is that you have something you are doing. Please, if you don't have anything doing, don't marry. Don't marry thinking that marriage will bring blessing when you have nothing you are doing. No. Marriage is not compulsory. Don't marry when you have nothing you are doing. If not so, you are just marrying for somebody. You're not providing the needs of your wife. somebody will take over your responsibility of providing the needs. And as long as the person is providing the needs, you enter one chance. That's why I say that it's very common now. Every day you hear stories. The stories are endless. The story is becoming a norm. It's becoming a norm now. So for you to be able to have a peaceful home, I pray that God will bless the works of your hands as a man. May God bless the works of your hands. I'm saying that again and again and again. That the Lord God Almighty will bless the works of your hands. Because if you're not financially empowered, there's very little you can achieve. Nothing. The respect will not be there. It will be difficult for a woman to respect you completely when you have nothing. She might pretend to respect you in your front, but in the night, in one corner, somebody is sleeping with her. A man that cannot take care of the needs of the wife, somebody will help him. Anybody that tells you that money is not important, money is extremely important. Money is extremely important. Even if you cannot provide turkey, be able to provide ice fish, provide something. But to say you cannot provide anything for your wife, the entire responsibility, the house rent, the school fees, everything is your wife. My friend, you enter one chance. Because if you have you cannot be able to take care of the financial needs of your wife, you enter one chance. Don't deceive yourself. Somebody else is handling it. That's the battle facing today. More and more men are jobless, while the women have jobs. It's like financial power has shifted to the women. Financial power have shifted to the camp of the women. I mean, I've seen a situation of a woman that dressed forwardly, try to tell the husband, say, the way your wife dress. I don't get power to say no. There's nothing the man said, there's nothing he can do. Now she buy the clothes for herself. Now she pay house rent, they pay student school fees. The man is still struggling. So how does a man think he is going to command respect when he have nothing doing? That's why I also want to advise men, if you have money, do everything possible to empower your wife. Because you never can tell. If anything happens tomorrow now and the business, your money is not coming like that, at least you know that you've already empowered your wife. You empower your wife. Make sure she has something doing. Make sure your wife has something doing. For you to put your wife at home as a furniture, so she'll be full-time housewife, she's not doing anything. My brother, if anything happened to your business in future, or you terminate your job or something else, you've made her vulnerable. And once she's vulnerable, she's bound to compromise with pressure. A little bit of pressure, she will compromise. To be able to avoid those compromises, set her up. Set your wife, make sure your wife is doing something. Don't allow your wife to stay without doing anything. Say she's a full-time housewife. When God blesses you and you get money, set up the woman on time. On time, rush, set them up. So if anything happens to your business tomorrow, you know that woman, then you set up this business for her. But you didn't set up a business and something can happen to you tomorrow, so you'll be full-time housewife, my brother. Now for your bed, 9 different men will come service the woman, as long as they are providing the need of the woman. So I will say this as I begin to conclude, that as a husband, make sure you establish your wife. Make sure your wife is doing something. Set up your wife financially when you have the opportunity. All those money you are using for side chick here and there, use and set up your wife. Because if you don't set up your wife, say, in a house, I don't want to make my wife not do anything. She's a full-time. If anything happens tomorrow, you're going to lose your business or your job, or they're searching for work, my brother, the woman will sleep outside. She don't respect you. She not going to respect you. Always remember that. He will not respect you at all. That's the more reason you must do everything possible. As God begin to bless you, have the wisdom to set up your wife. have the wisdom to ensure that you set up a business for her, a business that will be running well. Make sure she's doing something. The biggest mistake you make in your life is to say your wife is a full-time housewife. Make your wife their house. Make she need to do anything. My brother, a mistake you make. Because if anything happened to you, your woman begin to rot outside. There's no doubt about that. It's an invitation to rotting outside. You can't stop it. Before you know what's happening, is even from the money she's making from her boyfriend, that's what she will use to cook for you. And those are some of the things, even our area will even forbid it. It affects the health of the man, it affects the children when the woman is sleeping outside. It affects the health of the woman, affects the business of the woman. The business of the man, rather, begin to crumble the more. Woman sleeping outside, and you are still sleeping with the woman that is sleeping outside. It's a recipe for destruction. That's why you must make sure that you fix your wife doing something. Set her up when you have the opportunity. Because your business might not be flourishing the same way all the time. And when your business is no more flourishing, she has something doing to back you up. That's what makes marriage interesting. But you say it's a full-time housewife. My wife must be a full-time housewife. My brother, you be mugu. Your wife didn't do anything, you be very big mugu. If you have a wife that is not doing anything, you be very big mugu. Because if everything happened to your business, women really like to suffer. Women don't like suffer at all. If anything happened to your business, somebody could take over where you stop. If anything happened to your business, somebody could take over. So you get the opportunity to set them up now. Don't marry wife, put them for house like furniture, doing nothing. Because you have money. The day you broke, my brother, when you broke, your wife will take over. You'll be shocked. You'll be amazed that this woman that you've married for 25 years, all of a sudden, she's sleeping outside. That's why you see some people getting divorced at 30 years after marriage, 35 years. Yes. Because women women don't want to suffer. If God begin to bless you, God expects you to set up your wife, so your wife will be doing something. Because as we say in our area, you don't know tomorrow. When tomorrow comes, I wrote a book, If Tomorrow Comes. Sidney Sheldon also wrote a book like that, If Tomorrow Comes. When tomorrow comes, the light will not always be shining like that. When darkness comes, as I finally say, you don't lose your wife. When there's no money again, you have lost her. A woman is always happy when there's money. And when there's no money, forget it. She could begin the road aside. Then you could finally say you don't enter one chance. Because when you had the opportunity to set up your wife, you didn't set it up, her up. You're saying, my wife is a full-time housewife. Full-time waiting. Will you have full-time housewife again? You know where the economy is? You know where the economy is? Set her up. Because you don't know tomorrow. Set her up. It's for your own safety, for your wife to be well set up. For the safety, your own safety, the safety of the family, the safety of the children if your wife is doing something. But to say your wife is not doing anything at all, and you call her, say she's a full-time housewife, sitting at home doing nothing as a furniture. If anything happened to you tomorrow, open to your business tomorrow, I want to assure you that loving wife you see, you need one suffer. Now other men, they meet her needs, your chapter don't close. I want to say as we begin to round up, please subscribe. This is a youth channel where we try to give advice to incoming youth based on what we've seen, our hands have touched. We try to advise our youth that are getting married. Make sure your wife is doing something. Don't stop your wife from doing anything. Don't make that mistake. Make sure your wife is doing something. Because if she's not doing anything and anything happens to your business tomorrow, as I say, sorry, don't enter one chance. Make sure she's doing something. So subscribe to this channel and also send the information to our youth. It's a huge program, so make it go viral, share with youth platforms and the rest so that they can be able to listen This advice which we give regularly. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we normally give regular advice to our youth. At the end of March, we're having a youth conference. BHF Foundation is having an anti-drug conference by the end of March. I think that should be March 28th, if I'm not mistaken. We're having it in Grace Covenant Mission at Second Junction, Okera. We'll talk about youth, the dangers of cult activities, the dangers of drugs, dangers of cybercrime. It's going to be a wonderful program. We're having different course leaders across Nigeria who will also be part of it. So keep it a date, BHF Foundation. And if you want to partner with us, you want to be with us, please always call our lines 070-5208-5237. 070, it's a glow line, 070-5208-5237. Or you want to send a mail, bhfreedom2011@gmail.com, bhfreedom2011@bhfreedom2011@gmail.com. And if you want to send a WhatsApp message, 08029732627, 08029732627. If you want to partner with BHF, you want to be with us to spread the voice of BHF across all the platforms in Nigeria, you're welcome. You're welcome. So it's going to be a wonderful program on the 28th of March as we hold BHF Youth Conference with Grace Covenant Mission and come together. We want to do everything possible to rescue our youths and to make sure they have a glorious destiny. Until we meet again on Sunday, please take good care of yourself and have a wonderful weekend. God bless you.